In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on May 30th, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Kansas City Royals vs. St. Louis Cardinals. The Kansas City Royals face the St. Louis Cardinals with both teams looking to turn around rough seasons. The Royals have a 17-38 record, which is second worst in baseball, while the Cardinals have a 24-32 record and are near the bottom of the National League Central Division. The Royals are 18-39 in their last 57 in Game 2 of a series and 18-45 in their last 63 overall. Kansas City is 17-46 in their last 63 road games. Meanwhile, the Cardinals are 10-4 in their last 14 versus a right-handed starter, and the under is 4-1 in the last 5 in Game 2 of a series. The over is 13-4-1 in St. Louis' last 18 at home. The Royals took the first game of the series and looked to pull off the upset and provide great odds in the process. However, the Cardinals look to bounce back and control the upcoming game as they make a push in the division. The Cardinals should drive in runs at will with Nolan Gorman, Paul Goldschmidt, and the rest of the lineup making hard contact and powering the ball off of Zach Greinke and the rest of the Royals pitchers to easily plate base runners. The Cardinals should limit the Royals lineup, which averages only 3.94 runs per game. With Miles Mikolas building off 7 scoreless innings in his last start and pitching multiple scoreless innings to allow the bullpen to close out the game with a comfortable lead, the Cardinals should win the game with a much-needed bounce-back performance at home. So the St. Louis Cardinals money line is our full game side pick. The Royals are averaging 3.96 runs per game and 3.44 runs per game on the road. They average 2.33 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Cardinals. With St. Louis giving up 5.08 runs per game at home, the Royals will go over their average in this game. The Cardinals are averaging 4.96 runs per game and 5.85 runs per game at home. They average 4 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Royals. The Cardinals and Royals played over the total in 3 of their last 4 meetings. The Royals have an awful lineup, making it easy to think that the upcoming game will be a low-scoring one. However, the Cardinals have been led by their lineup, and both teams look to drive in runs with ease in the upcoming game. With Kansas City giving up 4.8 runs per game on the road, the Cardinals will score enough runs to push the score past the total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Tampa Bay Rays vs. Chicago Cubs. The Tampa Bay Rays will play the Chicago Cubs in Game 2 of their series on Tuesday night at Wrigley Field in Chicago, Illinois. The Tampa Bay Rays are 39-17 this season, and they have won 4 of their last 6 games. Prior to losing the first game in this series, Tampa Bay won 2 out of 3 games against the Dodgers. The Tampa Bay pitching staff has a 3.73 earned run average, a 1.21 WHIP, and a .230 opponent batting average this season. The Rays offense has scored 335 runs with a .270 batting average and a .344 on-base percentage. Yandy Diaz is batting .320 with 12 home runs and 30 RBIs for the Rays. The projected starting pitcher for Tampa Bay is Shane McClanahan, who is 8-0 with a 1.97 earned run average and a 1.13 WHIP over 64 innings pitched this year. The Chicago Cubs are 23-30 this season, and they have lost 4 of their last 5 games. Chicago won Game 1 in this series by a score of 1-0 on Monday afternoon. The Chicago pitching staff has a 4.3 earned run average, a 1.27 WHIP, and a .247 opponent batting average. The Cubs offense has scored 243 runs with a .255 batting average and a .333 on-base percentage this year. Patrick Wisdom is batting .224 with 14 home runs and 28 RBIs for the Cubs. The projected starting pitcher for Chicago is Kyle Hendricks, who allowed 3 earned runs over 4.1 innings against the Mets in his first start of the year. Tampa Bay is 8-3 in their last 11 interleague road games and 1-6 in their last 7 Game 2s of a series. The over is 5-0 in Tampa Bay's last 5 Game 2s of a series. Chicago is 9-4 in their last 13 Tuesday games and 1-4 in their last 5 games. The over is 7-1 in Chicago's last 8 interleague games. Tampa Bay is 9-4 in these two teams' last 13 head-to-head meetings. Kyle Hendricks' first start of the season did not go well for him. He went 4.1 innings and gave up 6 hits, 2 walks, 3 earned runs, and struck out 5 in a loss in his only start this season. His second start will be a very difficult matchup against the top offense in the league. The Tampa Bay Rays rank first in the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBIs, stolen bases, batting average, OBP, SLG, and OPS. Hendricks will once again struggle in this start against the Rays. McClanahan has been excellent this season, posting a 1.97 earned run average and 1.13 WHIP in 11 starts for Tampa Bay this season. He will limit the Cubs' offense in this matchup. Tampa Bay will hit Hendricks well and score a bunch of runs. The Tampa Bay Rays don't lose back-to-back games often, and Shane McClanahan has been Cy Young good this year with his 1.97 earned run average and 1.13 WHIP. Kyle Hendricks is still trying to get his feet under him after pitching just 4.1 innings, and he wasn't good in those frames. So the Tampa Bay Rays to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both bullpens have struggled over the last 10 days. The Rays have gone 4-2 with 5 saves while posting a horrible 7.29 earned run average and 6.03 Fahrenheit IP. On the other side, the Cubs have gone 0-2 with a save and a pedestrian 5.5 earned run average and 4.51 Fahrenheit IP. Tampa Bay has accounted for a 110 WRC plus against the righties in the last 2 weeks, while Chicago has registered a 108 WRC plus versus the lefties in that span. I don't trust the Cubs to hit well against Shane McClanahan, but if the bullpens continue to stumble, the over-backers will be pleased. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota Twins versus Houston Astros. The Astros had their modest win streak snapped in losing this American League Series opener to the Twins. While the Twins have won 2 of their last 3 games, they are only 4-6 in their last 10 games. While just 2 games over .500, they are still atop the American League Central, 2 games up on the Detroit Tigers, and they are the only team in the division with a winning record. The Astros had won 3 in a row before dropping the opening game of this series. They are 7-3 in their last 10 games, 9 games over .500. And are in second place in the American League West, 3 games back of the Texas Rangers. The Twins are 18-41 in their last 59 road games and 4-11 in their last 15 versus the American League West. The under is 4-0 in Minnesota's last 4 Tuesday games. Meanwhile, the Astros are 66-28 in their last 94 versus a team with a winning record and 37-16 in their last 53 versus the American League Central. Houston is 39-17 in their last 56 Tuesday games. The Twins have stumbled badly over the last couple of weeks and entered Monday sitting just 1 game over the .500 mark on the season. Minnesota does have Ryan on the mound, which is a big mark in their favor, but their inability to generate consistent offensive production is something that has to be concerning at this stage of things. Houston has been blistering of late, winning 14 of 17 entering Monday, and they just hammered 7 homers in a win over Oakland Sunday. Bielak isn't great by any stretch, but the Astros have a deep bullpen and a loaded lineup. Ryan keeps Minnesota in the game, but Houston's offense is too much to handle. The Astros will need a bit of a turnaround from Bielak, though. He took a loss in Milwaukee his last time out, giving up 4 earned on 5 hits and a walk in 6.2 innings. That said, Bielak has been pitching pretty well lately otherwise. Ryan should post a solid line on the other side here as well. On Monday, Houston started out slowly on offense, and the pitching frankly wasn't great overall. I still like the Astros to bounce back and even it up in Game 2 though, so the Houston Astros money line is our full game side pick. Ryan has been the ace of the Twins staff this season, and he ranks 5th in the majors in earned run average. In his last start, he only gave up 1 run, and in his last 2 road starts, he gave up 2 runs in each. Look for him to pitch well again on the road in this one. Bielak was not sharp in his last outing, but in 2 home starts, he has given up 3 runs in 9 innings. He will be pretty good on the hill in this game, and add that to Ryan also pitching well. While Game 1 went over, the under record is 11-5-2 in the last 18 games between these teams, and that is the pick I am leaning towards in this game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.